All right, perfect. I want to welcome everybody on the call this evening, and great introduction. A lot of folks getting on the line, a lot of excitement that's going on. And, we're here on the line tonight because we're going to talk about some things that are absolutely pertinent to your success. And that's why we want to welcome everybody to the Lifestyles of Success presented by Team Diamond. Now, as you're here on the call tonight, I want you to grab a pen and a piece of paper because we're going to kind of go very quickly. But the things that we're going to say is going to be very important. You definitely want to take some great notes because tonight we're going to share with you some things that are absolutely life-changing. And that's why we're here this evening on this call tonight. Again, I want to welcome you guys here on the call. We're going to try to keep the call short and simple, but yet very powerful. So let's go ahead and get started. We've asked ourselves a lot of questions in life. Every single day we ask ourselves questions. And the reality is it always boils down to the average person wants to make more money. Why? Why do we want to make more money? Well, the reality is the bills that people have, the obligations that we have, the amount of debt that is surrounding people, whether you're trying to get extra money for college or for travel or just even for retirement. One of the saddest things that I see sometimes is individuals being down here in the Florida area that they are retired and they're barely making it. They're retiring literally on 40% of what they could not even survive on when they were working. And that leaves a lot of people wondering, what am I going to do? Financial futures seem kind of grim for a lot of people. Well, here's one thing that we know. Tonight we're going to share with you the opportunity of a lifetime. Now, why do we call it that? Well, because in life, there are things that happen. There are paradigm shifts that take place. And, inside of technology, I remember back, and I might be dating myself, I remember back literally when we used to watch TV and we had to get up to go and change the channel. There were no remotes. There were rabbit ears sitting on top of the TV. And literally, ladies and gentlemen, as a young kid, I remember some time when the picture got fuzzy and I had to go over and move it, and we put aluminum foil on it. And we do all kinds of crazy things just to watch TV. But the bottom line is, from that time period, from youth on up, the majority of people are now being raised watching TV right from their very youth. And so as a paradigm shift took place, TV came about, because before that everybody was listening to the radio, then TV came about, and then pretty soon it went from the rabbit ears to cable and then satellite. And as we see different paradigm shifts taking place, look what happened with our cell phones. How many people are on their cell phones now compared to go back 20, 30 years ago, and very few people owned a cell phone. But these are paradigm shifts that happen, and when they are accepted and take into mainstream society, ladies and gentlemen, it's like we can't do without it. And that's why when you think about, tonight we're going to talk about just one simple thing about TV, reviewing it, and people paying cable and satellite bills every single month. The average person is paying over $100 a month for their cable or satellite bill, and they are going to do it regardless. Why? Because we are connected to, we're hooked on TV. And when you think about what a person is paying, and the average cable bill starting at $83, and then you're adding in the HBO and the StreamPix and the Netflix, and the list goes on and on. Most people are paying somewhere between $140 to $250 a month. I remember, and I'll tell you a little bit about myself. It was interesting that I remember where, there was a time period where our funds were very tight. I was in the mortgage industry, and it was at the time that the mortgage industry had crashed, and I was on the phone trying to get loans, and my wife would watch me on the phone, and the sounds of desperation. And I remember turning around and looking at her as she was eating ramen noodles for lunch because we did not have enough income coming in to have the groceries to really kind of eat what we wanted. We had to eat what our budget allowed. And the amazing thing is, I thought about that tonight, is the fact that during that time period, we still had the cable on. We were behind on it. We were struggling. But we still wanted to have some sort of relief, some sort of entertainment. And that's where the majority of the people find themselves in that position. So let me ask you a simple question. If your cable or satellite company called you right now today And they said, I can reduce your cable bill down 50%, 70%. In fact, from whatever it is right now, down to around $49 a month. And they were going to give you all types of additional channels, over 1,000 channels. We're talking about the premium channels. We're talking about live sporting events, international channels. And the fact, ladies and gentlemen, that you're watching a lot of your local channels. Now, how many of us, if our cable company called us and asked us that, how many of us would say no? Well, we readily accept that because that makes sense. That's such a good deal to us. Well, the reality is, ladies and gentlemen, your cable company is not going to call you and offer you that, but IXQTV can. I remember being outside yesterday, and I was taking the trash out. It was the most amazing thing ever. I was talking to my next-door neighbor, and I noticed a satellite dish on his roof, and we started a quick conversation. And I said, do you watch any sports on the weekend? He says, oh, yes, I watch, my NFL game. I love the New York Giants. And I said, oh, great. I said, so you watch them this Sunday? He says, oh, no, because we're down here in Florida. I can't get the Giants game. I have to go to someone else's house or go to a sports bar or someplace like that to watch the game. And I said, you know what? I was watching the Giants yesterday as I was flipping through all of the different NFL channels. And I said, the amazing thing is that not only am I watching all the games, not only am I literally sitting there watching a lot of the shows, but I said the amazing thing is I'm doing all of this for $49.95 a month. He said, you got to be kidding me. I said, oh, no, it's all included in our package. He said, well, how do I get that? I said, well, do you have a business card? And I'll send you some information. In fact, I'll send you a free trial. Well, the man went looking in his car. He could not find a business card. I didn't have my phone with me at the time. So I said, well, you live next door. I'll catch up with you before the end of the week, and I'll make sure I get you a trial. Ladies and gentlemen, I kid you not, I went back in the house. Not later than 3 minutes, there was a knock at the door. And he said, I found the business card. I just did not want you to forget me. I want this free trial to check this out on the weekend. See, that told me right there that, they say if you help enough people get what they want, you will ultimately get what you want. And that's exactly what I was doing. I was helping him get what he wants. So imagine, ladies and gentlemen, how many people that you know right now, people that you're thinking of right now, that would love for you to help them to create a paradigm shift for their family, in their economy, in their budget, that they can go from $150 or $200 a month, whatever their cable bill is, down to $49 a month. Remember we told you it's the opportunity of a lifetime? And that's exactly what we have here. We're creating a paradigm shift where people can change your life. And I promise you, if you're listening to the sound of my voice, if you take what I'm about to share with you very seriously, your life will change in 90 days. And you probably say, wait a minute. How can that happen? Just show me the money. Let's get down to it. Well, I have to talk, first of all, about an income disclaimer, because there's no guarantee of income. We have to do this by law. With any business, your results are going to vary. Some of you are going to earn much more. Some of you are going to earn much less. But we do have a way to help you, to make it more simpler for you to earn income. And one of the ways, ladies and gentlemen, that you can realize is that every person that really wants to be a customer, because they can utilize our service for as little as $49, but there are other people that want to go out and they want to promote the business. Now, here's what I'll tell you. One of the most successful ways that you can promote this business is by becoming a pro-business partner. And what that allows you to do is to get 20 of the trial codes each month and send that out to people so they can try the TV for a short period of time. That's one of the reasons why that gentleman came back to my door. And, we teach people, say, listen, you got to understand, the more trials you give out, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to find the more people will join your business. For instance, I literally gave out over 20 trials, and I find on average, out of giving out 20 trials, I will have 5 people to 6 people that will want to become either a customer or join the business. Well, in the first week, we're going to talk about people doing this in a month, but in the first week, ladies and gentlemen, I was able to have 10 people join the business. Some of them as customers, others as people that want to build a business. Now, you might say, well, it makes sense to be, a pro-business partner. Well, the cost for that is $69.95 a month, and that's because you're getting the additional 20 free trial codes to hand out to individuals to let them try the service. And when they do, and when they're watching their favorite game, or when they're watching their favorite show, and they realize now that they can do this every week, when their trial ends, guess what? They are going to want it to continue. So there's 6 ways to earn money here, guys. And, you know, it doesn't take you to be brilliant at this. All you have to do is be willing to share with other people. 6 ways to earn income. We've got customer commissions that we get paid on, weekly fast starts, monthly residual. There's a residual check match that is absolutely powerful. There's leadership rewards. There's a lifestyle bonus that is next to none. And we're going to start off by just touching on each of these very, very briefly. The first way we talked about is the fast start commission. See, every time you share this with someone and they purchase, let's say, the $49.95 package, you earn $15 your first month and $10 residual every single month. That person continues to do what? They're going to continue to pay their bill. And the beauty of this is, guys, guess what? There's no contract. There's no credit checks. When my wife just went to get internet for our home, I couldn't believe it. They said, can we have your Social Security number? We need to check your credit. Ladies and gentlemen, we were just ordering internet. Why do you have to check our credit? Well, the same thing with a lot of TV services, guys, and cable services. They want to check your credit. Here, there's no credit checks. There's no contracts. That's why this is so powerful. There is and I want to share this with you guys. For every person that's signing up for the $69.95 Pro Pack, you're going to earn a $20 fast start on and $15 residual every single month for every person that you share that with. And that's paid weekly. So the reality is I want you to think about this. It's not just a 1-level fast start. They're literally paying a 4-level fast start. So everyone you share this with, let's say the $49.95 package, you receive $15. And then everyone that they share it with, you receive an additional $3. That's your second level. And when they share it with someone, that's $1 on your third and $1 on your fourth. Now, that's the basic subscriber. And on the pro level, it's $20 for everyone on your first level, $5 for everyone on your second level. That means when they share it with someone. And when those individuals that you don't know start sharing with other people, you earn $3 for every new subscriber there on the third level and an additional $2 for every new subscriber on the fourth level. Now, this is just the fast start. But the reality is I want you to think about residual income because that's the power here. Now, if you remember, I start off by saying we get 20 free trials. And on average, what I've been experiencing is if I'm sharing it with 20, I'm going to have at least 5 or 6 that want to either join the business or become a customer. And ladies and gentlemen, we did that in a week. Can you imagine, though, what if it took you a whole month of handing out free trials, and all of a sudden then you ended up with 5 people that wanted to do what? They wanted to do the business or wanted to become your customers. Guys, and we're going to use this as an example. There's no guarantee of income, but this is just for illustration purposes only. You shared it with 5, and you taught those 5 people to go out and do the exact same thing that you did. Start sharing the free trial. And so each of them took their 20 free trials, and they shared it with different people, and they, too, had 5 people that responded each. Now, your second month, your residual income now is up to $125. Then those people did the exact same thing. Everybody's doing the same thing. They're sharing and letting people test and see the service. By the third month, guys, you're looking at $375. The fourth month, over $1,600. By the fifth month, over $7,000, almost $8,000 a month. By the sixth month, over $39,000. By the seventh month, and most of you right now are probably saying, this cannot be true. I can't believe this. Well, the next time you're driving and going somewhere, start counting the houses on the way to work. All the houses that cable TV is going into or satellite TV, and they're paying a bill, and tell me it's not possible. Because if you were that cable company or you were that satellite company, they would not only tell you it's possible, but it's going in their bank account. So the reality is, ladies and gentlemen, people are going to watch TV with us or without us. It is going to happen. And we're just talking about 5 who share it with 5 who share it with 5. And by month 8, the income potential here is over $500,000 a month. Now, let that sink in. Now, of course, that's a perfect world. And I'm going to tell you right now, perfect world does not happen in an imperfect world. So let's say 50% of this does not happen. No, wait a minute. That's way too high. Because we know a lot of people won't do what they're supposed to do. People won't think like they're supposed to think. Some people will continue to pay a high cable bill and not get the service that they want and others will. So let's just say, ladies and gentlemen, that 90% of what we're sharing with you as a potential does not come true. That means you only have a 10% success ratio. You realize the income potential is still $50,000 a month? Well, let's go even beyond that. Let's say that 99% of this whole scenario does not come true, and only 1% of it came true. You realize the residual income potential is still over $5,000 a month? And that's just residual income. But you know, they don't stop there. They continue this by offering you what? A residual check match. You know, when they shared this with me, that there's 5 levels of residual check match, and they shared with me, and they said, wait a minute, you don't understand. If you just shared this with a couple people, and one person did nothing but sit there and watch TV, and the other person went out and decided to build a business, you earn a 20% check match on what they make residually for life. That means if you shared this with Sally, and Sally makes $1,000 a month, you earn an additional $200 a month in check match bonuses. Or you went out and you shared it with Mark, and Mark makes $5,000 a month. You'd be earning an extra $1,000 a month in residual income. Now, I'm not saying this to hype you, but I'm just saying this is what the compensation plan pays. But it even gets better than that. The company has lifestyle builder bonuses. For instance, imagine, how many people do you know watch TV? The last time I checked, every single person that I know, they watch TV. So you can imagine amassing a team of going out and sharing it with 2 or 3 people, who shared it with 2 or 3 people, who shared it with 2 or 3 people, and eventually your team grew to 5,000 people. Well, guess what? You can get a $5,000 lifestyle builder bonus. This is monthly, folks. And imagine as all these people are enjoying their favorite channels and they're getting to watch things they normally would not watch, and as they start to tell others, your team grows to 10,000 people, guess what? Now the lifestyle bonuses jump from $5,000 to $10,000 a month. But we're not done yet. You see, as that continues to grow, we're not only talking about across the country, we're talking about across the world. Imagine when there's 20,000 people who are watching TV, and they now are a part of your team. And you only shared this with maybe 5, who shared it with 5, who shared it with 5. Well, now you're in the position, ladies and gentlemen, that you're earning an additional $20,000 lifestyle bonus. Now, I will tell you this. With an additional $20,000 on top of everything that we talked about, obviously every single person on this phone can drive the car that they want to drive. You can live in the home that you want to live. And a lot of times you see these presentations and everything sounds so good, but then they tell you, now you got to go out and convince someone to purchase this product, to purchase this potion, to purchase this lotion, and people have to make a financial decision that are already struggling, but they got to come up with additional money to pay for the product or service that you're telling them that it may even help them, it may be good for them, but they have to make a decision. Well, what decision is it really to make when they're already now paying a cable bill of $100 or more? You're saying, wait a minute, we're going to show you how to make a shift immediately and reduce the cost of your bill down right away, and now be able to watch more channels, now be able to have more options. You know, I'll tell you, in this industry, when I first got started, we were struggling in the network marketing industry like most people, and we didn't know a lot. And, you know, the hardest thing, guys, that I ever did was believing that I could actually make $1 million in this industry. But you know what? Once you get with the right product, once you get with the right company, once you have the right vehicle, the easiest thing that I've ever did in this industry was making that $1 million. But the mind concept was telling me it was very difficult until I found the right vehicle. Now, I would tell you there's many benefits of being a part of or having your own network marketing company, your own home-based business, as we say, because there's huge tax advantages. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and give you tax advice, but guys, check with your accountant. You'll be surprised at the difference and the write-offs that you'll have just over individuals that don't have a business. So I want to say to you this, guys, and I mean this with all sincerity. I want you to imagine, and we talked a little bit about you driving to work and looking at all of the different homes that you pass, And I want you to imagine that every single home, all those individual homes, they're paying some type of cable bill, some type of satellite bill. But I want you to imagine that, what if you just got a piece of all of that? What if you got paid a little bit of everyone watching TV, since they're going to do it anyway? How different would your life be? Well, ladies and gentlemen, instead of just imagining that, you have the opportunity right now to put yourself in a position to do that. And that's exactly what you can do here. Imagine residually, if you had the additional income coming in, now how would you feel about your bills? Now how would you feel about travel? Now how would you feel about helping other people to get a better service, to get more options, and at the same time helping them save money? Well, it's been a pleasure being here with each and every one of you this evening, guys. I enjoyed being able to present for you and to share with you what's on my heart, because you know what? It's about creating a paradigm shift for you. It's about really helping you to be in position to have more options and to lower some of your expenses that you have every single month. And that way, if I just help one person today that will come to this call and say, you know what, I've been paying $230 a month for my cable, and now I can pay as little as $49, that's it. If I'm able to help one person, then you know what? I did a good service. Again, I want to thank you for coming on the call tonight. Huge call coming up on Thursday night. I want to invite you back because we have another great presenter Thursday evening, Miss Kelly Poehler out of Charlotte, North Carolina. She's going to be sharing with you the opportunity. She's going to share with you what's on her heart. And as a mom, ladies and gentlemen, this lady is going to share with you. She's going to really share with you and touch your heart on what she sees with this incredible opportunity with IXQTV. So until our next call on Thursday night at 9 o'clock p.m., hey, take care of yourself, take care of your family, share this with every person that you know. You never know the impact that you're going to have on someone's life when you're able to help them not only save money, but be able to have more options to not only help themselves, but help others too. Until our next call, everybody have a great evening. We appreciate you getting on the call. Get back in touch with the person that invited you on this call. Get your questions answered, but more importantly, get started watching IXQTV today.